Hello everyone, good day. Hope you are doing well. Welcome to this live stream. I hope you're having a nice day. We're just going to be doing some vibe drawing, some sketches here and there, like some fun sketches basically. I on my end, I'm just going to be doing some anatomy studies here and there, some references, and Dayo is going to be doing. He's going to be continuing his portrait drawing that he has been, his character illustration that he has been doing. Yeah, so and that's what I'm just going to do today. I hope you just enjoy and watch. If you have any questions, just let us know. We're currently having a bit of technical issues. That's why there's the half of the screen is currently blank. So just bear with us. We're going to um, get it sorted in bits. So I'm going to be drawing like the leg. I don't know if you check my channel, I'll be doing some leg studies. And I've been drawing a lot of legs because I'm trying to get better at drawing legs. So that's what I'm going to do here. This study video. So I've drawn to it. Yeah. It says fluctuating. 24, that's crazy. So I'm just going to quickly do this leg drawing, and then I'm going to do some fun illustrations with regards to like just get a comic book page or something like that. Yeah, I'm going to try and do some live this evening. We are going to do some anime drawing, some cartoon anime, the guy that did Vagabond manga. So yeah, this reference I'm using is from TV Choi. On her book on what's the name of that book? I don't remember. But it's the only book she has done, I believe. So the book is not necessarily for complete beginners. It's for like intermediate artists, people that are kind of know business. Just refresh their memory and do some studies. So yeah. So yeah, so when I was talking about, I don't know if you've seen this, but I'm going to keep repeating it because repetition is what's going to make it better. So the way I draw in skeleton and tube. That's what I told. That's what I call my drawings are. Skeleton and tube technique. I just use skeletons to and simple shapes in general. I say simple shapes. Simple shapes in general. And I use simple shapes to break things down to make poses easier for me. So I could use like a sphere to represent like the torso, and then I could use like just the line to represent that line that connects the torso and then the pelvis. And I could use a box. I could use an underwear shape, which is like triangle on the pelvis, and then drop, yeah, and then use a tube to represent the thigh, right, or the upper leg. Then a circle or sphere to represent the other the knee or kneecap, and then the last tube to represent the foot. Again, the second knee compartment, the lower knee compartment. Then I'll use simple triangles to represent the foot. Yes, something simple like that. And that is how I draw. That's how I draw simple poses, right? And you can do that too, but you have to learn the basics, right? You have to know what makes the human anatomy, the way it is, so that I can probably manipulate like things like muscles and stuff like that, right? So that's my recommendation, anyways. Yes, it is sure. They show for you. Sure. Yeah, they show. Right, so you can see how I have quickly just drawn this post. The same thing with the tube. You can also do that for the arms, because we have like two tubes, so you can just put the arms and then just draw the characters. And very simply, and you've done a human pose. I just use a skeleton to represent this. Yeah, and we've drawn a human pose very simply. And I could detail this from here, but we've gone from simple shape to forming something that actually looks decent, right? And because of my understanding of the anatomy for like this area now, like the pelvis, I know that I'm going to have my clavicle over here. I'm going to have my pectoralis major muscle, and then it's going to be connected like this, right? And then we're going to have our torso area, where we're going to have our rectus abdominis, or our abs rather. Saying abs is simpler. Abs, and then you're going to see a bit of our obliques over here, right? Just like this. And then you're going to see our latissimus dorsi over here, because it comes, it goes all the way to the back. And then you're going to see our external obliques. You're going to see our serratus anterior, it's going to come like this, and then our obliques is going to go all the way down. And we're going to go to the leg part of our muscle, where you're going to see our tensor fascia lati, and then our gluteus and our croissant muscle that makes that croissant shape on our muscle. And then you're going to see the thigh. So you're going to see the quad muscles, the rectus femoris, the what do they call it? What's the name of that muscle? The vastus lateralis and the vastus medialis muscle. And yeah, connecting all the way to the knee, right? All the way to the knee, like this. And then we're going to have our leg. Yeah, I kind of drew this leg quite short now that I'm looking at it. So I'm going to extend it. So we have our calf muscle, our gastrocnemius and soleus muscle. And we're going to have our anterior tibialis muscle going all the way down to the ankle, and then connecting to our Achilles tendon, and then our foot. Foot, simply using the technique I just talked about. We'll break it down like this. Then you have a decent foot. And then our toe, right? And then from here, I could detail it some more, right? Also in this area as well, you're going to see some of the pelvis muscle. So the pectineus, the I think gracilis, the what do they call that muscle? The longus what do they call it? Longus magnus. No, adductor longus, adductor brevis, and adductor magnus muscles. They are the muscles of our pubic region. Yeah, so something very simple, and like because of like simple anatomy, you can just convert your base knowledge and simple structure drawing.
You blew grammar for them. You can't declare them something very Oh, it's not simple. It takes a lot of commitment for you to cram those names and actually know where they are placed in the body, because it's one of the key factors of affecting the whole body anatomy. It's not compulsory for you to actually cram the name, but all you need to know is to understand where they are placed in the body and just know that they exist.
Yes.
Just know that they exist, and you mustn't be a doctor while studying anatomy for artists. Yeah. So, but you just need to admit that they exist, and you know where they are placed, and also know how to place them whenever you are creating either characters or creating any sort of art when it comes to human anatomy. Just know where they are placed and just acknowledge their presence because that's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Anyways, for the face, best way to do this is, this structure of the face that I preach about. It's very cool, so that any angle of the human face, regardless of perspective, even though it can be challenging, you still be like decent at it. So for the nose, right? Like when I draw the nose, the way I break down the nose is that I just use a triangle. So like I use a triangle or pyramid to like break down the shape of the nose. So like this angle of the face is going to, the upper nose is going to be shown, and then it's going to extend all the way from the keystone area of the nose on the face, rather. And then simple structure drawing, we can put the area for eyes. Eyes going to look, and then we could just put it down there. Right. And then the head, then the ear. Yeah. Remember, the ear is based on construction. The ear extends from the brow ridge area, the brow area, all the way to, where does it extend? To the nose, to the bottom of the nose. So with all these simple techniques and reminders, drawing the head is going to be a bit more easy, but it takes practice. It takes practice, to get better at it. And then the mouth, just do like a simple shape for the mouth over here.
Make I unmute am. The audience keep on fluctuating. You see 5, you see 10, you see 1. Right now is 1. Yeah. Bro, the thing shock me oh. I see 24. I say wetin dey sup guy? 24 okay. Okay, I didn't say hi. My this thing was on mute. I was talking but it was on mute so I could the person couldn't hear me. The person that dropped hi couldn't hear me. I don't know whether the person is still online though. I replied the hi but it was on mute.
Is your phone on mute now?
No, right now it's not muted. Yeah, the person can hear me. If you can hear me, just drop a hi. How are you guys doing?
After you reply, just hi.
No, I actually did. My phone was on mute. I'm so sorry about that. Hi, Katie. If you can hear me, if you can still hear me, hi. Hope you are doing fine. Where are you chatting from? I was actually relying on your audio.
No, yeah.
I was actually relying on yours. That's why. Because I didn't want it to be deflecting like to the mic. I don't want to be that person that they usually call on talk to on radio.
I want to hear your
Hey,
voice.
reduce your
Please move away
please
from
yes, move away from your radio. The kind foods wey dey dis cloth guy. Na wow.
funny thing about
Squeeze, creases and fruits.
so no dey
Are you serious? You're using the same link. But you no dey connect.
I dey try to connect. They show me say I dey try comot Livestream. Say I will be
Unc, let me help your life. Unc,
with the stream still.
you don't turn unc for this digital space. Okay.
Like make I dey come back.
Yeah.
I dey come back.
Yeah. Terminate, man. Go get TV, this one. This one scatter person. Okay. Enjoy. This is one of the funniest thing, man. What? But this is not like
The laptop is not connected. Let me
okay. I would have to add you. Let me add you. Yeah. Okay. You're added.
I'm saying let me like
Oh. I don't need to.
guy. Also no be like you go reduce your volume make the thing no dey.
Yeah. Why are you guys not staying on this live and talking to us now? Why are you guys doing like this?
You no dey do anything now.
Can't you just be looking at our drawings? Kate is tender. Hi. How are you?
Anyways,
But the views really come with this live stream. It's funny. Now you go see say one people, two people they come. After this live now you go see 100 and 100 and something audience guy.
yeah, that's so the thing dey sha.
It's quite funny
To just continue the drum, not just sort this my stuff first. The thing no
the system they misbehave sometimes.
If it doesn't want to connect, you can just leave it. You can leave it and then just
Okay, focus on it.
focus on it. Since I can actually see the chat as well. Yeah.
Okay. Thing I say I like this.
Okay.
Now I test and one more.
You say based on maybe the width is too much for your
For the phone.
yeah. See your laptop no bomb. This God,
I know what will be the problem. The thing want me can off the Wi-Fi on and just
my own network isn't fluctuating. My own network isn't fluctuating.
this one why they see 3 minutes. I said the thing off start again. Use the one so that
Hi, Ritik.
hello, Ritik Shaman. How you doing? I'm doing live with my friend here, Dayo. Thanks for showing up again and yeah.
Okay, nice.
Thanks for showing up again and reaching out. Really appreciate it. We're just having a bit of technical issues here and there, so like apologies. I hope you can hear me. This is your volume from there.
Okay.
No, I don't know. Sometimes the thing they go up, they go down. We're just doing like a quick live stream of like just sketches and stuff. I'm just testing my anatomy knowledge and seeing how useful it can be to someone. Yeah.
So he's one of your subscribers.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I appreciate the support, man. Appreciate the support.
He's a guy.
I
How did
don't
you know?
know.
How
I
did
don't
you
know.
know?
I don't know.
How
if he's
did
a
you
guy.
know he's a guy?
I say guy. Now guy will use describe everybody now.
If it was a lady, she might take it offensive. Sha. It might be offensive to her.
I
How
beg
would you?
you.
How would you call her? How would you call her? Thanks for the support, man.
This guy, what should I say?
Yeah, you're telling a lady. You're telling a lady. Thanks for the support.
I
man.
sure see you. My guy.
Okay.
Anyways, just doing quick on that topic here. I'm just testing my abilities. Yeah.
Yeah, just whiling away time, trying to see how we can just do a collaboration, a live collaboration, and just enjoy ourselves. Nothing too serious. We're testing to see how active our audience are. So, depending on how active they are, we will keep on turning up.
It doesn't depend on how active whether you are active or not, you turn up. But we are just trying to test like the time that we can get like people available, the time that best suits people. Because it's 3 over here.
It's afternoon over here.
Afternoon. Yeah. And I usually stream late in the night, and most of the audience that I'm privileged to have usually turn up in time. So I just want to it looks like in the daytime, the difference. That was a terrible weekend I had. But anyways, yeah. So that's just what we're doing, and that's just what we're doing. A few years, yeah, because now here I usually see the chat.
Okay.
They bend down like this. Anyways,
Because there's an improvement with the network.
yeah, the
I
phone
feel
don't
like it
the
was.
phone don't chill.
Yeah, I think it's just because you are using two devices for one Wi-Fi.
Anyways, back to the drawing that I was doing. Yeah, that looks kind of nice. Not like just and just sketched from the brain without any reference. Proud of myself.
Impressive. Master. I want to learn from you. I want to.
So anyways, going back to the leg muscles, the back of the leg muscles. We have just doing a quick like refresher. That's what I'm using a reference, and I'm not using my brain. Directly. And with each repetition and each time you put into the study, you will definitely get better. 100%. When you observe things, just by purely copying, you just notice patterns over and over again.
Python Hills. Hi.
Hello, Python Hills. Nice to see you. Hope you are doing well.
Chatting from.
Thanks for showing up on our live. We're just doing a quick study and sketch. Sorry. Dayo is doing a character illustration. Got a reference on Pinterest and he sketched it a while ago. And he's just detailing. And me, I've been kind of a bit obsessed with anatomy. I'm trying to improve my anatomy, so I've just been doing stuff of the human anatomy. And I'm in the phase where I'm studying some of the leg muscles. And so that's just what I'm doing now. I'm just practicing it. I've done a lot of videos on the leg.
You guys go check it out. There are a series of amazing videos on anatomy, human anatomy on Johnny Peck's page. You can go check it out. For those people that are trying to improve your anatomy knowledge and trying to improve how to draw humans on perspective and all that, just try your best to check his page. He has amazing videos on his page. Just go check it out. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. And if you have any questions with regards to what I'm doing here, just let me know. I'm currently using TB Choice book. It's just like a quick refresher on anatomy and like drawing in general. So I wouldn't suggest you use this book to learn from the get-go. I suggest a book like Anatomy for Artists. That book is very, very, very useful and cool. That's what I would suggest, anyways, for starting out. And this book is just kind of be like a refresher if you want to like kind of copy what we have here. It's just fun and cool to copy. So that's what I'm just doing here. And over here, then I'm drawing the front of the legs. So the thing about learning arts or like learning anything in general is that you kind of have to take your ego down, admit that you don't know everything, and try and practice as much as possible, and you'll get better. Oh, thank you, thanks, man, thanks, Peyton. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Don't call everyone man. It's not. How did you know that he was a man? It might be a lady. It might be a lady, not a man. So don't conclude that everyone coming on this live is a man. They might take it against you.
I'll take that to that. Definitely.
Come like you become. Yeah.
So with regards to the foot, the way I draw the foot, like if you look at this angle, most times drawing the foot from the front angle can be quite I don't know, it can be quite difficult. So what I usually do, the technique I learned was that I just use the triangle and then I did this. And then this will just sort of be like the toes. And that is sort of how the leg looks. Right. And then we're going to have our ankle over here and then the ankle over here. And then when you put it all together, it begins to look like a proper leg. You know, this looks like a bit like an abomination. But it's like an oversimplification of what I'm trying to talk about. I hope that helps though. But I just looking at this leg is something that can give people a bit of difficulty. So yeah. So our big toe or our hillocks, I believe that's the name. Hillocks. Hillocks. Then we have the hillocks muscle. The muscle that actually links up the toe. And then we have our extensor digitorum which is the muscle that controls the digits of the leg, extends the digits of the leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's not the most accurate leg, but I'll stick with it for now. So, anyways, I have my cubes, my two cubes, I say cubes, my two tubes. That's what I was trying to say. Or cylinders. Use cylinders or tubes. Right. So we're going to have our quad muscles, right? So we are quadrupling the muscles of the leg. We're going to have our quad muscles, which goes all the way to our um, iliacus area of the leg. So that's the quad muscle, this big muscle area right here. And then we're going to have our pelvis. So you're going to see that there are like two planes of the muscle, two planes of the muscle. So we have our quad here, and then our pelvis. And between the quad and pelvis, we're seeing our talar muscle, or I've forgotten the name of that muscle. The muscle extends from the top all the way to the top of our tibia bone. I'm sure I'll remember the name at some point. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to have our muscles, our pelvis muscle right here. Like this. Then we're going to have one of the croissant muscles or the bottom muscle, glute muscle. So these are femoris muscle right here. I can't seem to remember this muscle. I don't know what it is though. Just can't remember it. It's pissing me off. Yeah, anyway, we have our calf muscles. Take note of the rhythm of the leg.
the groove of the leg we are drawn with. Right? One of the calves is higher than the peaks is higher than the other one. The peaks at the left is higher than the other one. The other peak. And all these peaks and grooves are because of the muscles there. So and you notice the muscles, the names of these muscles are actually connected to the names of the bones or the region that that muscle actually is. You don't need to know the names, you just need to know their structure, right? And why they are the way they are. And once you've done enough anatomy studies, you will remember their names. You will remember their names, definitely. So it just depends on how much study you do. And then we're done with the front view of the leg, very simple. Then I'm just going to do some of these studies that should be here. Now, on your leg in different angles. Let me just put this so this. So the first one we're going to look at is this top view angle. And the way I draw my legs is that I just use my pelvis shape a lot. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, okay. I use the pelvis shape a lot, so
I think you should shift
like this. Or let me just
towards the camera.
to like this. Is it okay? Is it okay?
Shift it a bit.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I zoomed it small. Is this still okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So like if we're looking at this from a top angle, the legs are going to have to remember that it's a 3D shape, right? We are 3D, we are not just two-dimensional. We might be drawing on a two-dimensional canvas for like 3D. So the first thing is to get our pelvis shape or underwear shape or panties, as they would say. So we get that shape here. You could draw it however you want, right? And then the next thing is to add our tubes, right? Add your tubes. So we're going to put our tubes here, and based on the perspective we're looking at, it's going to go down like this. And then same thing over here. We're going to put the tubes down like this, and then that space in between the first and second tube. And then we're going to put our second tube down like this. And then we've achieved a decent angle of the leg we're drawing. We're just left to add the foot. When you do all the studies, it's not always going to look good, but I personally, I don't claim to do these studies a lot, but with each one I'm doing, because at the moment I am studying, so definitely I'm bound to improve. And the next time I draw this is going to look a lot better than it's looking now. So that's just what the study is all about. Yeah, so I'm going to erase this a bit and then actually detail it. Yeah. So that's the construction part of the drawing, or the gesture part of the drawing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add the roots and then add the muscle. Yeah, and then the calf muscle. Calf muscle. Here like this. Yeah, and then the knees. Then you're seeing some of our quads and pelvis muscle from this angle as well. Then we're going to add the glutes. Yeah, or smash, as we say. Yeah. Glutes. same thing we're going to do here. Add the ankle over there. Over there. The ankle over there, and then the other calf. Then our thigh. Something like that. No, not simple. No. We'll be able to get the look and the feel of our leg in the back view and in the top angle. There. And then we're going to draw the leg in a different angle as well. And we're going to look at a different angle. Right. So first cube over here, second cube, going to be much closer to us. And the leg is going to be shortened a bit. We're going to add our foot, which is basically a shoe. To be honest, a shoe shape. Yeah, so we've done that. Then we're going to add the muscles to actually give it shape. If you are joining me, we're just doing a quick drawing. We're not necessarily focused on anything. We're just vibing, drawing, just trying to have fun and also seeing, checking like the best time for going live because we do go live in the night time as well. Well, in the night time over here. So I try to check the time that people will be active as well. So also probably add another extra time to go live. Yeah, so as you can see, we have our let's add this one. As you can see, what essentially I'm doing is that I've created my tube, right? My tubes, and then I'm placing the muscles on top. And because of the shape of the muscles and the form, they're sort of wrapping around the tube, right? So the tube is like the skeleton or armature, and then the muscles are kind of what is giving it that shape that it has, right? So just take note of that whenever you're drawing. Yeah, it's kind of like armor. You want to tell us what you're drawing and the techniques you're applying.
All right. I'm pretty much just drawing, trying to see how I can stylize this particular portrait, this particular lady's portrait. I'm seeing how I can stylize it and as well give it some character design. So after drawing it like this, I'm almost done with the line art. So I'm trying to see how I can finish with the line art and then add some few elements to the drawing as well, just to see how I can give it more character And it's just pretty much a sketch. I'm not going to be painting this at all.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Anyways, done with this view. Then I'm going to. The view looks easy to draw when you have reference, but when you don't have references, it can be quite challenging. So, like I always say, I always preach, use the references as much as possible. And because we kind of understand the groove, like we see how this area is lower than this area and the leg, we can simply apply that theory when drawing it in this angle as well. You can see that it's not exactly straight, right? It is the same thing with this area over here, right? There's a curve over here at the top, and then there's a curve over here at the bottom. It's the same thing with this area, curve at the top, um, and curve at the bottom, right? So take note of that whenever you're drawing all the different angles. It's going to make the drawing a lot more believable. So we have another complicated angle right here that might stagger me a bit, but with our understanding of structure, it's going to be a lot easier. So you could use a box for this, the same way we use a tube for the limbs. We can use a box for the pelvis, right? And the angle we're looking at the pelvis from is going to be from like an under view or one eye view. And still remember we're going to use our underwear shape to break down the look of the leg. So we're going to add in our tube like this, and the so the entire pelvis area or pelvic region is going to be one shape. So you could use a box or sphere depending on what you're comfortable with. Then the next thing is to put our first tube, yeah, like this. That's our first tube. Then our legs, or I mean our kneecap. Then put the second tube. The job is going to look a lot closer to us because of perspective. And then we're going to put our foot. We're going to put our foot down. Let's put our foot down, and yeah, we've established this angle of the leg. Then we're going to put the second leg, right? Because of the perspective, we're not going to be able to see the other part of the pelvic region of the leg. So first two, yeah, then the knee, I believe, then the second two. I might not be getting this exactly correctly. Yes. Alright, second tube, and then yeah, I think I messed up with this one. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. Second tube. Yeah. Alright. Looks like the left leg is quite longer than the other one. I didn't dent the pelvis well. Then we'll fix it to adjust it. So, anyways, then I'm going to detail this a bit. So we're going to have our glutes over here, right, and then like the top some areas of the bottom torso or abs. We're going to see. Usually I talk about using center line when drawing. It's very helpful. So that you can keep things in check. Remember, the tube is the structure, and then the muscle is what is giving it the shape that it is.
Yeah, right. So I have this over here. And then our calf muscle. Yeah, and then our foot. Just like that. We can do. And don't forget the bone of the fibula, I believe. Bone of the fibula. And next up, we're going to add the second leg. We have this right here, like this. Then the quad muscle stretching down like this. Then the legs, leg muscles. Like this, very simply.
Sunday, one crime day, so.
These are the videos. I just gather all of them, put them as one video, so that thing will be easy for me to work. I mean, you can load every video, we don't be find them, put them inside. This will just, I just make them as video. Just export them. Right, and that's it for this angle. Probably not the best way to have done it. Yeah, I'm not in the mood to correct it. Anyways, another view. Let's do another view of the leg. And yeah, so this angle we're going to sort of like just use a box to help us out. Yeah, we're going to use a box to help us out. The cube rather, and use the perspective of the cube to just help us get out. Don't forget the underwear shape. Underwear shape is going to be important. So always remember your underwear. So simple shape, first cube, yeah, then second cube down like this, and then the foot, then the second leg stretching out, going like this, and then foot. As simple as that. Well, not simple, but yeah. So with a simple cube, we've been able to get the shape. Now it's just time to just add it and make it look good. So we have our bone over here, our mountain shape of the bone, then the underwear shape. It's going to lead us to, we have our hamstrings. Our hamstrings at this area. So it's about quad, and then our knee from this angle. And then our calf muscles. The same that sharp tendon that attaches to our hamstring. Then our calves. So you're saying that the tube is staying still, but the calves are kind of like you know how you're going to have your the construction what do you call it now? The construction pillars and stuff that like whenever you're building a skyscraper or a tall building, construction lines. Yeah, construction lines. And then you're going to have different like bumps across the building. And so that's sort of like what the human body looks like. It has a framework, right? It has a framework which is our skeleton, right? And it's what's keeping all these structures together because these muscles are attached to the skeleton. There are tendons, and ligaments, and cartilages, right? So that's the framework, that's the underlying framework. Then we're going to have these muscles, which is then going to give the body the shape that it has. And based on how much food you eat, is going to determine how big this framework is going to be. And because of our skeleton doesn't expand, that is why you won't be able to carry yourself based on your weight because your framework is not going to adjust to it. There's a certain limit to how much load you can carry. So once you understand that, you kind of understand like the human body in general and how to easily like how to understand the mistakes you make in illustrations. Yeah. And yeah, that's the drawing. That's the like, very simple. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop here for now, and then I'll let me just look for something else to just quickly sketch. How long have we been live? How long have we been live? It should have 32 minutes.
And it was because it refreshed.
I don't know how that
Should
would
be effectively an hour. You should try around.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done for now. I've done like the quick study that I want to. You don't finish your own sketch.
That was the first not shaking.
You will come tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Sunday now.
Ah, no, tomorrow not Friday. Not Saturday.
Oh, tomorrow is Saturday. Sure. Like,
You just do 1 hour and do routine.
alright, guys, we are going to be ending this live here. Yeah. So this is what I do. This is what I did.
Thank you guys so much for
Hope you guys enjoyed the live. Thank you for sticking around. I will see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye. Alright. So I go leave, ba. I mean, now you go end everything. Fine.